All right, welcome back to Redneck Rantings. It is still Saturday, the 13th of April, 2019. I'm doing a second rant because tomorrow I'm going to be spending the day with my wife, and, well, I'd rather focus on being a good husband rather than on doing this on a day when we are both off together. I am really trying not to turn this channel into the Ocasio Cortez / Ilhan Omar show, but it's kind of hard not to when these women are constantly giving me so much to be pissed off about. Senator Cortez has recently come out and trashed, the New York Times, the New York Post, for a cover that they published in response to some remarks that Senator Omar made. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, first off, welcome back to wherever you've been from. How is Mars this time of year? Is it nice? Were the little green men good hosts? What happened was that Senator Omar said that she kind of saw the 9/11 attacks coming because of how Muslims are treated. And she said that part of the reason why Muslims have such a bad rap in this country is because, and I quote, on September 11th, some people did something. No. What happened is on September 11th, 2001, Muslim terrorists, Muslims, members of your religion, hijacked planes, drove them into 2 buildings in New York City, and murdered 3,000 innocent Americans. Men, women, and children were murdered by Muslims. Gonna say it again, murdered by Muslims. Some people did something, could be anything from, like one senator said, a bake sale, to, like I'm saying, some people went and played mini-golf, okay? You do not get to trivialize 3,000 murdered Americans as an attempt to brush off what members of your faith did, okay? And you don't get to play the victim card. Muslims are not a second-class are not a second-class demographic in this country. They aren't really a second-class demographic most places in the Western world. If you want evidence of that, look at how quickly people get banned from social media for criticizing or posting things that are offensive to Muslims, while simultaneously other people get away with calling for targeted violence against Jews and Christians. Look at how quickly the British school systems were to cave in when Muslim protesters started complaining about LGBTQ education programs in their schools, whereas when the Christians did it, they blew it off. Look at the fact that Ilhan Omar can say horrible things about Jews and retain her position as a sitting U.S. senator, whereas anybody who verbally attacks Muslims can pretty much kiss their career and their public social media profile goodbye. There's an old saying, and it's really becoming prominent these days, if you want to know who's in charge, look at who you can and cannot criticize. The reality is that it is increasingly dangerous to criticize Muslims. And then you have people like Senator Cortez, who are calling the New York Post's cover, which shows the fireballs, the planes hit the Twin Towers, and the caption, "There's your something," a hateful photo. Senator Cortez, this attack happened in your city. You make this big thing about how, I'm just a girl from Brooklyn, made good, and then you go and you brush off the most horrific terror attack in American history that happened in New York. It happened in your home city, or the one that you like to tout as being your home city, when in reality you grew up in an affluent suburb. You need to knock this shit off, okay? you need to quit apologizing for bigoted, ignorant remarks. You need to quit trivializing death. You need to quit justifying violence against innocent people. And I'm aware of the fact that Senator Omar has been the subject of some death threats. I personally find Senator Omar a repugnant human being. I want her out of American politics. I want her out of America. But I want her out through legal means. I do not support threats of violence against any sitting American politician simply because their politics and their words make my flesh crawl. Use the legal means to get her out of government and get her out of the country. All right? But we need to stop this nonsense of giving Muslims a pass for saying and doing things that we would not allow other people to do. Somewhere along the way, we lost our way as a society, and we stopped acknowledging that Islam is a dangerous ideology. And let me be clear, I am not saying that individual Muslims are bad people. I have known good Muslims. I have known bad Muslims. I've actually known more good individual Muslims on a personal one-to-one level than I have bad ones. Senator Omar is very much in the bad category. She is one of the baddies. She has patently anti-American, patently anti-Semitic views. It is clear that her primary loyalty is not to the United States of America. It is not to the people of the state of Minnesota who elected her. It is to her ideology and her co-religionists, and she's basically using her public position as a bully pulpit and as a lever to serve the people that she is truly loyal to. Now, as far as Senator Cortez goes, well, we both know that this woman's just a walking, talking meme machine. She actually said that CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, was founded after 9/11. No, it wasn't. Okay? So, either you lack the ability to type words into a Google search, like I do. I am literally brain damaged, okay? I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have damage to my neural pathways, and my whole livelihood is lifting heavy things in a warehouse, and I had the ability to type in, when was CARE founded? You're a sitting U.S. senator. You have been to college. You make a big deal about the fact that you have an economics degree and, you're cum laude, and yet you can't do a simple search that literally took me 10 minutes. CARE was founded in 1994, 7 years before the September 11 attacks. So either you are an idiot who lacks the basic ability to do the same level of research that a brain-damaged blue-collar grunt laborer could do, or you were deliberately posting misleading information in an attempt to assist a fellow political traveler. Either way, you really don't have any business in American politics. We need to take the blinders off. We need to start looking at people like this for what they are. They are self-serving, self-centered individuals who do not have the best interests of the American public at heart. At best, what they want is power for themselves and to hell with the little guy, or at worst, they want to tear down our societal structures, everything that has made this country so great. And this is something else that baffles me about these two women. They claim that America is such a toxic, racist, horrible, sexist place. There are countries, and Somalia is one of them, where a woman presuming to get up in public and speak about how things should be would be a death sentence. And yet America is somehow this toxic sewer. So either these women are just using whatever means necessary to accrue as much power to themselves, and who cares about the consequences of the common people, because, hey, I got mine, you get what you get, serf. Or they actively want to tear down the very society, the very social structures that enabled them to get where they are. Either way, it is unbecoming of a U.S. senator. It is counter to what this country is supposed to be about. I don't know why my camera did that. And these women need to be voted out of office. Personally, I'd like to see a special electoral session where Senator Omar is just run out of office before the next election cycle. Every time she opens her mouth, poison spews out. Her clear loyalties show every single time she opens her mouth. Her clear agenda shows every time she opens her mouth. And while I do not approve in any way of threats of violence against her or against any other person on political basis, I do not understand what the hell she is doing in a position of public service. She doesn't care about the Minnesotan electorate. She doesn't care about American society as a whole. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And that's basically it. Senator Cortez is an idiot, and what Stalin used to call a useful idiot at that, who is just basically latching on to whatever she thinks is going to score herself the most progressive points and maintain her fading social relevance as anything other than a joke. And neither one of them have any business in the public sphere. They need to go back to private life. Senator Omar needs to go back to Somalia. Senator Cortez, you need to go back to serving drinks, because both of you women are walking, talking shit show dumpster fires as politicians. It's obvious you don't give a damn about the rest of us, and it's obvious that you don't know what you're talking about half the time. That's all. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to upload this in the morning. Have a good one.